Good morning, fellow volunteers. As promised, this is the video for the volunteers briefing for the Crazy Ultra that's going to happen next week. So I hope that all of you so far are well prepared and are looking forward to next week's event. Basically, the briefing will be broken down in three general areas: the things that's going to happen on the main event site at McRitchie, the duties at the checkpoints, and some miscellaneous guidelines which I want and need to draw your attention to. Now, in a nutshell, the things that you're doing, your duties are really classified either as administration or refreshment food preparation. For a very clear description of what happens at McRitchie, what should or need to be done at the checkpoint, I need you to refer to the handout that comes with the email. Please make sure you read the handout thoroughly before coming for your duties next week. Now, if at this point you are still unsure or you are still unclear of your deployment area and shift, please refer to the Google spreadsheet which I've been sending to all of you in the emails all the while to keep all of you updated of your deployment areas. What we are seeing here is the main event layout at McRitchie. Basically, you will be deployed at either 1, 2, or 3, or crossover as and when it is required. At Area 1, this is where the bulk of the administration occur when runners come in to register themselves, pick up their beeps, and after the race, their items like the finisher, tea, the medals, as well as the souvenir for the 100 miles and 101 solo. Now this is where I need you to stay alert with me. For 100 miles and 101k runners, if they finish the race, they will be given a special finisher souvenir. Remember, this is only for 100 miles and 101k. So do not give this souvenir to the wrong category. 100 miles, the beep starts with A. 101k, the beep starts with B. Once you've given them their special souvenir, remember to tick it on the registration sheet and put a small X on the beep. Please don't go and draw a big X across the beep because some runners want to keep their beeps. Area 2 is where the runners check in their personal baggage. Whereas for Sector 3, this is where the food preparation, refreshment, and recovery occur. Now, there's some changes to the special needs bag this year. You might realize on the screen it's stated as self-service. I'll come to this more later, but I just want you to put a note at the back of your head for that, okay? Now, the special needs bag for this year is somewhat different from last. This year, it is entirely self-service. I repeat, it is entirely self-service. The runners are to prepare the special needs bag and deposit it themselves. So, my dear volunteers, please don't prepare the bag for them. Should they come and insist on asking you to do it, please refer them to the self-service corner. They should have done it at home already, as we have briefed them so. Of course, there might be some who are unsure what to be labelled on the bag. Please inform him or her that on his special needs bag, you have to state clearly your name, your beep number, and the checkpoint number that you want the bag to be sent to. I repeat, on the special needs bag, I need the name, the beep number, and the checkpoint that you want the bag to be sent to. If any runner asks you when can they pick up their special needs bag after the race, tell them that it will occur between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday back here in McRitchie. And after 5 p.m., any bags that's still not taken up, I'm sorry, all it goes into the trash. Okay?
Now, with regards to the checkpoint, look to your guide for all the details on the duties there. I believe the instructions are really clear. What I really need you to do, volunteers, is to be familiar with how to get there. If until today you still don't know how to get there, please look at the link that I provided in your guide, because the guide will tell you what buses to take to your checkpoint. Now, do take note for those who are at checkpoint 3. I repeat, those who are at checkpoint 3, please take note. The checkpoint this year for checkpoint 3 has shifted across the road into the park connector. So when you're at the intersection of Sembawang and Admiralty East, when you see across the road, there is the Crab Village Zita coffee shop. Just cross the road and enter the park connector. The checkpoint this year is about 20-30 meters inside the park connector. Now, if you still cannot find your way, you still can't find your checkpoint on the event day, please call my colleague Lok at the number over there. For the special needs bag, please take note, for checkpoint 1, 3 and 4, I repeat, for checkpoint 1, 3 and 4, we'll be putting a baggage shelf there for you to put the special needs bag, so that it's easier, there's more space for you to do your work around. Checkpoint 4, I repeat, checkpoint 4, please take note. This year we are giving extra towels, cold towels to the runners. So for those at and we'll be putting them at checkpoint 4. So please remember to put the towels into the ice box, and when runners come, offer it to them. I repeat, remember to put the towel into the ice box, and once the runners pass by checkpoint 4, give the towel to them. Okay?
Right. The miscellaneous are actually a couple of key things which I need all of you to take note of. First one, hygiene. Please don't prepare the food in bulk and put them openly in the table. You can chop the melon in advance, but make sure you put it back onto the ice box because the heat and humidity can spoil the food. So don't just chop up the melons, make the sandwiches, dump them on the table, and expect the runners to come take and go, because there will be prolonged periods whereby runners will not pass by you, and should your food be exposed for too long, there is a risk that it can be spoiled. I can't have runners having stomachache then lao sai along the way lah. So for any watermelon that is, well, not consumed, please put it back onto the ice box. And we will provide sandwich wrapper. So after you chop the watermelon itself, the flesh that is in contact with the air, please wrap around with the sandwich wrapper. Remember, food and water supplies are only to be given to runners and pacers with the beep. No beep, no support. Okay? Each participant is actually allowed to have only one pacer. So if you see a runner with a whole kampong of pacer, refer back to point 2. You only give food, water and logistic support to pacers and runners with the beep. Point number 4, don't tolerate any rudeness, poor attitude, demanding behavior from participant, pacers, supporters, family members and relatives towards you. The runner is not always right. In the times whereby you have them demanding things from you in a very rude manner, and or even worse, these people are not even participants of the race, but they are just friends or supporters, be firm to say no, to reject them, but don't be rude. Always remember, be firm but not rude in rejecting their demands. Now, should you encounter a situation in point 4 that you cannot manage, refer to your checkpoint leaders. And leaders, if you still have problem with the situation, call me. And last but not least, please don't be late. If possible, try to reach 10 to 15 minutes before your shift time. In the guidebook, the last page of the guidebook is actually a list of contact numbers. So I need all of you to save those numbers into your mobile phone. In the case of any medical emergency, I repeat, in the case of any medical emergency, the protocol is in the guidebook. Please call me. I'm Philip actually. Please call me because I'm also the medical IC. So, well, that's about it actually. As we count down to this event, my dear volunteers, I really must say thank you very much for signing up and giving your time and effort for Crazy Ultra. It's a very tough event. The duty is stretched over three shifts and over a road of 80.5. And really, without all you guys and girls, we could have never have done it. Some of you are new volunteers. Most of you are returning volunteers from either Crazy Ultra last year or from Running Guild's other event. And in all these years of our events in Running Guild, we have depended a lot on you volunteers. So thank you so much in advance for all your help for our event next week. I'll see all of you next week, hopefully. And well, let's go crazy then.